Good evening. Welcome to a special edition of Make We Talk. Is the Chinese government using TikTok as a spy app to spy on citizens around the world? This evening I have with me our good friend Sir Herbert Nelson Jr. We're gonna dig a little bit deeper in this situation here, because I see where the American government is putting legislation in place to ban TikTok within the United States. And the question must be, is the Jamaican government going to do likewise? Or are they going to continue like the Chinese continue collecting data of their citizens? We can see wherein somebody on WhatsApp gain a lot of information of how many countries around the world, and Jamaica was one. Over 300,000 Jamaicans' information was on the World Wide Web for sale. So the question must be asked this evening, is the Chinese government using TikTok as a spying apparatus? And is the Jamaican government going to allow this to continue? Are they going to put legislation in place to ban TikTok from the apps in Jamaica? That's the question we're asking this evening from all of our friends here. And people around the world is asking the same question. Because if the American government is putting things in place, then why shouldn't we do likewise? Informations about Jamaicans are going all over the place. We're going to play a clip. Before we play the clip, we're going to ask Mr. Herbert Nelson Jr. to unmute his mic and tell us what is your views on this, Mr. Nelson. Do you think that the Chinese government is using TikTok as a spying app for the Americans or for the entire world? Oh, I'm not hearing that. I'm mute your mic, sir.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. China is on a slope to achieve parity with the US and surpass the US. And the US has, in a lot of dark places and not so dark places, a lot of its secrets, stuff that they want to keep secret. TikTok is nice. You get a hold of TikTok on your work phone, cell phone, that is, or you get a hold of it on your regular cell, and it's anywhere near your workplace. It has AI on it. It has sensors on it. It can do a lot of location finding. It has people finding. It has all kinds of stuff that makes it dangerous to governments. I know 3 Chinese telecom companies are banned it. And you have to ask yourself, why does 3 Chinese telecom companies ban this thing? This is crazy. That shouldn't be happening. It was removed from Hong Kong following the upheaval in Hong Kong with the students and everything, because students were using it effectively. It was telling them where the police were. It kept them up ahead of everything that the police were trying to do. And for that reason, it's a very smart application. Mainland China, China Mobile, China Telecom, Unicom, they all banned the damn thing. So you have to ask yourself, why would China's own telecoms ban this app? They cannot use the app. And the US government.
The question must be asked now.
Yeah.
If people within Hong Kong and other places has banned TikTok, The American government is putting legislation now to ban TikTok. Do you think other countries should do likewise?
Let me see what we're having some background here.
I think it's Ratty. Go ahead.
You think it's ratty?
Yes.
All right. Look, there's something called IoT, Internet of Things. If
No, me man, we just unmute and we having a. I'm just hearing
It was human because it was on all along.
okay, yeah, the Internet of Things have some dolls. Let's say you have a person who goes and gets a job at Toys R Us, and that person is a predator, and that person likes 12-year-olds and under, and you have these talking dolls and stuff that most people don't know they require passwords, right? The password might be 0000, and you take it home, give it to your young daughter, who's probably very attractive, and you give it to her as a present, and you don't update the password. And this goes for Jamaica and any other country. You now have a tool inside your house that somebody can park a car and they're outside of your house, not even in front of it. And they can speak to your child, and in such a manner they can lead them out to open the door and come out of the house after you gone to bed. Right? Now, this is some smart stuff that is on these dolls that allow them to communicate. And if indeed that's inside your house and it can bring your daughter outside, or even your young son, then it breaching your security. Well, a lot of TikToks, you can do the same thing because you're talking to somebody on there, and you have these young kids seeing these pretty women on TikTok, talk to them. And if it's a setup to where they can bring the kids outside to a kidnapper or somebody else, then you have a breach of security, right? If it's in a controlled atmosphere where processing is being done, a lot of data processing, they can use TikTok as a collector. You know, whatever they use it as, it can become a permanent fixture and keep doing the same thing, collect information and pass it on. So if you working with trade secrets or any kind of industrial secret, and you have TikTok in the vicinity, it can collect and it can send out the information.
So what you're saying, Mr. Nelson, I'm going to get to Wilfred Radigan next. What you're saying, that TikTok on your phone, it is not safe.
No, it's like you're opening up your house to somebody on the outside who wants to. It's possible they could program it to pick up the sound from you setting your alarm.
Wow, that's how dangerous it is?
Yes. It just depends on the type of AI that's on the phone. And artificial intelligence is being used in all of these apps nowadays, right?
Wow. Mr. Wilfred Rattigan, welcome to Make We Talk, sir. What is your views on the whole TikTok issue? Because I want to play a tape from a news company in America that says that the American government is putting a bill to the Senate and the upper house to ban TikTok. What is your views on it, sir?
I can't hear you. I'm hearing like every third word.
I think there's something wrong with your system, because Mr. Herb is hearing me loud and clear from Negril Point to Moran Point. All Waterhouse hearing me too. No, man, you
there's
ain't
something.
going up and down.
No, there's something. Yeah, I can't. I'm hearing every third or every fourth word you said. It's disjointed. I can't hear anything.
No. All right, Mr. Nelson, can you speak and see if we hear you?
Hey, yeah, are you able to hear me, Will? Can you hear me?
Same thing. Same.
It's
It is
breaking
your
up.
I'm hearing
system
every third.
again,
Every
Mr.
fourth word.
Rattigan.
I think he's
Is
your
that the
reception.
hacker system, man? TikTok hacker system.
Jeff, I'll call you. I'll call you.
Are you listening on your
Okay.
phone or are you on your computer? You may have to switch to the other one.
Okay. I think there's something wrong with the system. But so you're saying to us that if you go to your door alarm, the A whatever alarm it may be, or your doorbell alarm, and put in your passcode, and you have your phone next to you, TikTok may pick it up?
TikTok may very well pick it up and identify the code you're using. That this is the type of AI that these people, you have a basic stuff that AI can do, but AI can be programmed or can be written to pick up a lot more sophisticated stuff. And the fact is, it is what the term may use it, imperceptible. The amount of stuff that AI will allow you to accomplish, especially using TikTok. TikTok gets you on the inside. The AI is the one that does the work with the type of sensors you have on the phone. AI does the collection.
But wouldn't they say that even the smart television is a spying apparatus in your home too?
Yes, it is. It's they can put and often they do put a camera, because if you can use it as a thing a monitor.
Webcam.
You can use it as a monitor, yeah, webcam, whatever. That means somebody can activate the camera without your knowledge, and the camera can be picking you up.
And you don't even know.
You don't know. You and your girlfriend or your wife in bed having a private moment, and before you know it, your business out the door, as they say. All of these things today, whether it is in toys or it's on some game or what have you, they have far-reaching implications. The Department of Commerce checks out a lot of the toys sold in Toys R Us, because the sensors and other things about these toys can be used in missile systems. I can't remember the name of the game, like 10, 15 years ago, that the Iranians were buying up thousands of them, whether it was in Hawaii or out west or wherever they were buying them up. And they finally figured it out. It had a part in it, a smart application that could be used in a missile system. So they buy it up and put it in their missile systems. It didn't matter how much it cost, but they wanted that particular part. So you have a variety of reasons why the Chinese can then deploy this stuff. If you have, say, kids and the kid's father is a scientist, and the father is sitting down every evening with the kid have the phone by the dining table, and the father is talking about his work at the dining table. They can train that TikTok app to pick up on certain aspects of the conversation once he mentioned certain trigger words. And that TikTok can be sending that conversation out to somebody or recording it, and then we'll deliver it later. So you have so many misapplications of this thing that nobody can defend it. Nobody can say with surety they can defend against it. And this is why it's easier to ban it than to have it out in a community where, let's say, if it's a US community up in Maryland here in Bethesda, and we know a lot of the people in Bethesda might be well-versed in technology, work at NIH or some other areas of intelligence, and their kids have TikTok at home, then you have every right to be worried that, whoever wants to spy on that person have access to them through their kids, whereas they would never have access before.
Okay. I see wherein the FBI is saying to the American government, not only ban it from government phones, but ban it altogether.
Well, they're paranoid that it's going to pick up stuff. I mean, you're traveling on a train, you're traveling on a plane, you're traveling wherever, and this thing is going to pick up information that's important to the Chinese, because they're going to program their AIs that way. The sensor is going to pick stuff up, and it's going to transmit it to them. And you would never know. So rather than ban it from certain buildings or certain organizations, what they're saying is just ban the thing altogether. Because China will use it to spy on you. Yeah.
So Mr. Nelson,
yeah.
I have seen where the Prime Minister of Jamaica is putting up things on TikTok. So obviously maybe he may have his phone have TikTok on it. So who knows? Maybe they're listening to his conversation too.
They can, or they can geolocate him. Let's say somebody wants to do him or his family harm. They can use his phone to do geolocations. Look at our friend from the richest man in the world. They were tracking his plane.
You mean Jeff Bezos?
Not Jeff Bezos. No. The one that make the Tesla.
Oh, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, yes. And that's why Elon Musk was trying to suspend some of these people the other day, because they were publishing him being tracked, and he didn't like that. But if somebody was going to set up a hit on him and take him out, then all I had to do is looking at all that tracking data to see where he was going to be. And they could time such a hit on him. So if TikTok can geolocate, all right, think about soldiers having it out in the field. And you can tell what unit the soldier belongs to. You can tell their movement in the field. What if terrorists or some opposing force wanted to attack them? They would use TikTok to find out where they are and how to fire up on them without being too close. So you follow the dangers now of what TikTok can do. And this is why they don't want the military guys having it on having the app on their phone and being anywhere close to where a mission is being conducted.
So that means if the Jamaican government is having a Security Council meeting and all the big necks are in there and their phone is on the table, the Chinese or anybody can listen to their conversation, what they're going on with them.
Yeah. That's why you have them check the phones outside. All right. In the intel community, we create these cubby holes. When you come to a certain building, if you have your phone with you, you got to check it there. You can't take it into the meeting. That's a rule that's hard and fast. And sometimes if you're inside a building and you forget the phone in your pocket and you go off, then you're embarrassed because you just have a security violation. So
I am going to play a video Mr. Nelson,
Okay.
that a news organization in America broadcast a couple days ago. And I want my listeners and viewers to listen to this. It was done, the American government is what they're doing about TikTok. And I think the Jamaican government should do likewise.
To Washington now, where a group of lawmakers have
Hold on a minute
introduced
for
a
me.
bipartisan
I don't
bill
think you're
looking to
hearing this
ban
thing.
TikTok here in the U.S. The legislation follows warnings.
Hold on for me, hold on.
All right.
I need to do something here. Hold on for me. Trying to organize something here because okay. You were hearing it earlier on?
If I was hearing it early on,
Yes.
something was going off in the background, but yeah, I thought you said it was Ratty's phone.
Still going off in the background, Jimmy?
No, I can barely hear some talking.
Hmm.
Are you playing it now?
No, I'm gonna play it anytime soon, but let me see if I can address the background thing. Okay. Okay. Apologize about this, my viewers and listeners. Here we go. Come down here.
To Washington now, where a group of lawmakers have introduced a bipartisan bill looking to ban TikTok here in the U.S. The legislation follows warnings from the FBI and cybersecurity experts who say China could use the social media platform for spying. More on this, let's bring in NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Ali Rafa. Ali, good morning to you. So first of all, explain to us how this bill came together, who's sponsoring it, what exactly is in it?
Yeah, good morning, Joe. Well, the Trump administration had been calling for this for years, but was unsuccessful in doing this. This is also something that Florida Senator Marco Rubio has championed for a couple years now and has been calling for. But it wasn't until Democrats across the aisle and the Biden administration started also sharing these concerns that this really picked up steam. You know, just in the last few weeks alone, we've heard from Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, FBI Director Christopher Wray, raising these concerns about TikTok and its parent company ByteDance and security concerns over how American user data is being shared with possibly the Chinese government. So yesterday we saw Rubio introduce this bipartisan bill. The bill also has a partner bill on the House side that's being championed by Republican Congressman Mike Gallagher and Democratic Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy. And it's called the Anti-Social CCP Act. It aims to stop the operation of TikTok and that parent company ByteDance nationwide over these concerns that the Chinese government is using this user data of American users and sharing it with the Chinese government for possible espionage purposes. Senator Rubio is saying that that sharing of data is something that's actually required by the Chinese Communist Party. So this is something that has been called for a while now, but like I said, has gained steam over just the last few weeks.
Ali, you mentioned some of the past concerns, including from the Trump administration. Some states have actually taken the step of banning it from government employee devices. Remind us here, why is there this sense of urgency in getting this passed on Capitol Hill now? And also, what's TikTok saying about all this?
Yeah, actually, states like Utah, Alabama, Maryland have all passed this legislation banning TikTok from these government devices. And there have been calls for this for years, but this really picked up steam as soon as the Biden administration started to raise awareness of this. There's already an ongoing national security review of TikTok, but this has really taken a while to see bipartisan support for this legislation. Then, meanwhile, you have TikTok, who is saying that they are working on not having these the American user data being stored in Chinese data centers. They're saying that they are working on having that data stored in U.S. US-based data centers. They said in a statement yesterday also that they'd continue to brief members of Congress on those efforts for them to be able to store that data on the American side.
So, Ali, let's talk about what's next. When might this be voted on? And if it does pass, what could be the impact?
So it's still unclear where this is going to go and when this is going to be taken up in the future. It's still pretty telling.
Well, there you have it. The American government is thinking about banning TikTok. And I didn't know, Mr. Nelson. I'm going to let you go in time soon because we know you have another engagement to go and deal with. But I did not know. So that means that is not only TikTok that is would say a dangerous app on your phone then.
Yeah, look, what they're worried about, especially amongst our youth, cyberbullying, anti-Semitism, racism, xenophobia. Even cases they say where you have certain organizations. You see the kid who attacked the Buffalo, New York supermarket and kill all those people, right? They're afraid that more racist or terrorist organizations going to be able to manipulate a kid, get them to go buy the weapon, get the weapon to a parent, and then turn around and use the weapon in a community against people that they hate. And that you can understand. You have other situations where let's say the social media is bad for mental health. People are looking at some strange things and they're getting off on it, and they're being criticized by others, because you expose yourself. You start exposing yourself, young girls or somebody who has some kind of medical issue, and they get exposed, and before you know it, they start talking bad about them or to them, and they go out and kill themselves or whatever. All of these things are security issues. People gaining unauthorized access to your texts. There's some of these programs that while you are texting, even if you don't send it the text, guess what? They're reading your text already. So you don't really have to send it. So if you're doing some financial dealings and you didn't go through with it, but the fact that you typed it in, it's recorded someplace else. So, I mean, you shouldn't have to worry that much about an app that you're using. You shouldn't have to worry about people gaining unauthorized access to your accounts, financial accounts or otherwise.
So, Mr. Nelson, like how when you're paying your T-Mobile bill on your phone.
Yeah, or your light bill or your some other bill. Yeah.
The people in the Philippines who have a call center, that's where it goes through. They ask you for your credit card number and the number at the back of your card. Isn't that that shouldn't be, sir?
It's exposing you. It is exposing if you have TikTok on your phone. And so the bottom line is, after even reviewing a few things just to come on the program, I'm saying I got to stop paying my bills using my phone. I very rarely do it. I might go in on what you call the Zoom or one of these others. Send money. A lot of people send money to the islands, Caribbean, whether it's St. Lucia, Jamaica, wherever. And if they have TikTok on their phone, they could be giving away all the information that they want to keep private. So people have to be aware that you're being spied upon. And that's what they're not fully aware of. Or that it's a data collector, collect all your data that you type in there, create the security issue for you. It's got content triple X and all kinds of X for young people that are playing around with it, right? And the cyberbullying, all of those things are involved. And so how do you protect kids when they have a wide open access because of TikTok? You really can't protect them.
Wow, this is interesting. Very interesting this evening. We're speaking about is the Chinese government using TikTok as a spy app? And should the Jamaican government think about banning TikTok in Jamaica? Because the American government is thinking about doing it also. And I'm speaking to a security expert here who is telling us that we should delete it from our phones. Isn't that what you're saying to say, Mr. Nelson?
I would recommend that if you're not mature enough to understand the ramifications, that you take it off your kids' phones. And, you know, even if you have it on your phone and you want to do something in an emergency, the question is it going to be highlighted by TikTok? Is it being recorded? Right? If you have to do, a lot of times we forget to pay our bills at home. And we're on the road and say, damn, I forgot to pay this bill. And you pull over the side of the road and you start putting in all your banking information and do your withdrawal, send a check off. It's all recorded. So is that something you want? If that's something you don't want, then you don't need TikTok on your phone. And since kids are kids and they're unpredictable, then you have to ask yourself, if my kid has this, do I want them to keep it, right? Do I want them to expose what's happening in my household? Do I want them to record anything unconsciously, you know, and then have regrets later on? Because we know kids get, when they get exposed and they didn't want that exposure, they could really have a mental health issue. So we protect them.
But people, adults on a whole, because you just said it a while ago, but adults on a whole, there's a lot of adults that have TikTok on their phone. And they, as what you said, they will just pull over the side of the road to pay their bill. So when they put in their credit card number and all those things, that means it is going straight to TikTok database.
Yep. The TikTok, you know, we have out in, I believe it's Idaho and up at NSA here in Washington area, massive square miles of computers that record a lot of stuff. Well, you know, I'm sure the Chinese have the same thing. You have all of these cloud, you know, data centers, massive amounts of data centers that record a lot of information like this. Now you may just be a college student today, but you might be a intelligence or military or some other executive 10 years from that. All they have to do is go back and call up your information. They know who you are. You may have the same phone number, but you have the same name. And they can call up the data on you. So if they're storing your data and their intention is less than honorable, then you're going to have a problem in the future.
Your final word, Mr. Nelson, before you go, to our fellow Jamaicans and to the Jamaican government about TikTok.
For the Jamaica government, you're part of your security program should be able to protect the population against undue influences. And so I know the Chinese are very influential in Jamaica. If they're looking for inside information on any aspect of life or any other programs in Jamaica, good way to get it is have the right AI programs on TikTok and collect it right in the very homes of the people that they want to target. So my thing is know what it is you're protecting the folks against, and know that you need to protect the kids, and know that if you have people who work in restricted areas where the information that they have knowledge of is restricted, if they're going to speak any at all, I don't know how you handle the security at the door, but certainly those phones should not be going into the actual workplace. They should be stored in phone cubbies, secure cubbies until people leave work. And then they can pick up the phone on the way out. But you need to have the security around those phone systems, because you don't want information that is supposed to be restricted leaving your premises or getting out. And that's pretty much it.
Mr. Herb,
Especially your police officers doing investigations. You don't want their information getting out any at all. And if they have TikTok on their phone and the phone right next to the desk, and they're doing interviews or conducting briefings, then a lot of that information might very well be recorded and can be picked up from their phone system.
So that means then, Mr. Ness, because sometimes you're going to the bank to talk to your bank manager.
Yep.
Or your whatever, and they have their phone right next to the computer, and you're there talking to them. So that means somebody can just go into the phone, get access of everything.
Yeah. Well, if the phone is on recording, it's recording, it's data collection ongoing. Yeah, it's easy to break into a cell phone and collect the data that a cell phone has. And then here's TikTok doing it for you, making life much easier.
This is some serious time we're living in.
We have to know how to control information. The earlier program you heard me talk about Palantir.
Yeah.
You need to document information about everybody in a community so that you can then begin to predict with accuracy when a person goes broke, what's going to happen. If a person's relative gets shot, what's going to happen, what's the retaliation. You can start predicting a lot of these things in a community, right? It's maybe they ought to get with the Chinese and see if TikTok can help with that process. But that would be to fight against lawbreakers, against criminals. Maybe you want to listen in on corrupt politicians when they're having their meetings. That would work too. But you don't know who or what this thing is collecting. You don't know how much information you already lost. But you know that you have to safeguard against it. And here in the US, I know it's like the senator from Florida, Marco Rubio. Yeah, he's the one that is pushing. I can't remember who in the House is pushing, but I know the Senate, the upper house is the one pushing to have these safeguards. And here in the US, we have a lot of secrets that
a lot of people, Mr. Nelson, would say that the United States just don't, don't listen to them.
Yeah. Well, if he who feels it knows it. So let's say you don't listen, you don't take heed, and later on you have a security breach that put all your business out the door, as I say. Then you're gonna understand how it occurred. What app do you have on your phone? It's not just TikTok. There's other things that can be impacted when they use AI as the driver. All right. AI teaches it how to collect, how to repeat certain activities. Right. So it could become a permanent collector and transmitter of certain information or data that you have. right? This is what AI is, artificial intelligence,
Mm.
right? And the facilitation to allow the artificial intelligence to work is the fact that you have TikTok on your phone.
So people who use Google Play Store to download stuff, is that a safe place to go to?
yeah.
And nothing is safe anymore.
Well, nothing is safe anymore because if it's reading on your phone, your apps, your texts, your emails, I mean, it's reading everything. So this is why they say you shouldn't have it on your phone if you're going to text, if you're going to send emails, if you're going to pay bills and all these other things. Then you need to get it off of your phone because
So
it's
that-
reading. It's reading.
That means, Mr. Nelson, that online banking is not safe then.
It's not. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier. Online banking or bill paying of any kind is not safe because you may be accessing your bank account to pay the bill. You're going to pay the bill from bank account or credit card. So you put your credit card stuff there. What you put? You put the card number, you put the expiration date, and you put the three codes on the back. If it's American Express, you put in the 4 codes, numbers rather on the front. So if
Wow.
it's reading you on your phone, when you enter in this stuff, it's reading it, it's picking it up, recording. And this is why they're giving ample warning. You know, you're forewarned, so proceed at your own peril. That's pretty much what I'm saying.
There you have it, my viewers and listeners on the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel and other portal that you listen from. My good friend, Herbert Nelson Jr. is saying to us tonight, delete TikTok from your phone. It is not a safe app. The American government is going to pass a decision to delete TikTok.
It's 7 o'clock.
From phones in America. And we're saying to the Jamaican government, be ye careful. A lot of government officials in Jamaica have TikTok on their phone.
Yep.
Be careful when you're having security meetings and all those things. Herbert Nelson Jr., you have something to say, sir?
Yeah, they should be careful when they go out and they're cheating or they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing. TikTok can record that too. As a matter of fact, if you're messing with some young person, they may most likely have TikTok on their phone. So that might be part of your security violation. So you have to be careful.
My. Thank you very much for coming on. It's 7 o'clock where we're watching and listening from around the world in the Eastern Caribbean. This is Make We Talk. Is the Chinese government using TikTok as a spy app? Should the Jamaican government delete TikTok in Jamaica? Our security expert, Herbert Nelson Jr. is saying yes, they should. Thank you for coming on, sir.
All right. You have a great night, Jeffrey, and thanks for hosting.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right.
This is where we say so long from here until you hear my voice again. May God bless you. May God bless Jamaica land we love. The Jamaican government should delete TikTok.